was my first and last mistake. I'm blue without your face. But what can I do? 'Cause I'm just a sinking ship, and you're just a pair of lips that I've lost in the moment. All I want is for you to come back. Now I'm caught in the middle of life, and I need you to survive.
Everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Red Pill Diaries. I'm your host, your brother, and your friend Rasheed, and this is another edition of the most powerful platform for truth, bar none, on God's green earth. This is your platform for education, elevation, and edification. This is the Red Pill Diaries. I want to take the time out now to thank each and every one of you for joining me on this platform and for giving me your time, because you did not have to give that, because we know that time is the most valuable commodity. And I just want to let you all know that I really appreciate the time that you are spending with me and the time that you have shared with me. I like to go into the truth because it's time. Let's talk about the war. It's time to be heard. Okay. So in this edition of the Red Pill Diaries, War Talk, we're going to address a few issues. The geopolitical ramifications of America's intransigence. We're going to address the economic ramifications of America's intransigence and hubris. We're going to address the toll that it is taking physically and mentally on not just the American people, but also the global population. All right? Because to get a good understanding of what a berserker nation is, a nation that is constantly at war, one has to dive into all of these aspects so that you can see a sharp picture and see it as it is. You understand? So now, shout out to Will W. Gilchrist in the building. Shout out to RJ Sparks, shout out to Spice Man, shout out to the Blue Pill family, shout out to did I say RJ? I'm sorry if I did say it. I'll say it again. It's all good. I thank you all for joining me. Shout out for everybody who was watching, who's not in the chat. Thank you for joining me on Rumble. Thank you for joining me on the Red Pill Journals. Thank you all for joining me. I really appreciate it. Our sister channel, the Red Pill Journals, and this is the Red Pill Diaries. Thank you. So again, we've got to understand the magnitude of what is taking place, because I hear and I see a lot of people talking about Benjamin Netanyahu, and I hear and see a lot of people talking about how Trump is being dragged to and fro, and that Benjamin Netanyahu makes all the decision and Israel does this. Shout out to Brooke Chin in the building. Makes all of this, and I'm telling you, and I said, he who pays the bills, right, runs the show with that, right? And what we see is a system ripping itself apart. You don't know where's the head, you don't know where's the tail, you don't know where's the body. You know, the dog cannot be wagging the tail if the tail is wagging the dog. So all of this stuff, you're getting fed a steady stream of crap, okay, of absolute garbage. Because let us understand, Joe Biden once said, when he was in the Senate, well, he said a lot of crazy stuff, but one thing he said, that if there was no Israel, we would have to create an Israel in the Middle East for our interest, for the United States interest. Well, who created Israel? Was it not the UK and the US and France? Who created all of these nations in the Middle East or West Asia? Was it not the colonial powers? Why did they do that? It was not for peace. It was for war. Listen to what I'm telling you. I'm going to show you a pattern here. When we look at the balkanization of the African nations, and we look at the balkanization of what they deem as quote unquote the Middle East, we see a pattern here. When the when the colonizers come in, they rob, rape, and pillage, right? And they set factions against factions in order to step in as the peacemaker. Now, listen, if I started the trouble and I said you at variance with you, and then I write down a proposal and I say, listen, this can be beneficial to both of you guys, and you both accept that proposal, even though I step back militarily or even somewhat economically, I rule both of you because you are to adhere to the writings or to the agreement that I put together, the colonizer. So what they do, they leave little semblances of grievance between each one so that they can fight and not be unified and can be bribed and can be coerced into doing what the West wants to do. Let me give you a good example of that. Look at what happened with Pakistan and India. Look what happened to China and India. You think that those border issues were there just by happenstance or just by just a throw in the wind? No, this was left there so that later on, when it is revisited, the wrong that was done, when it is revisited, those nations would have to look to the people who divided that area and caused that to come up with a solution. And if I come up with this, if I cause the problem and I come up with this proposed solution and I make both of you adhere to this solution, both of you agree to it, and here's the ramifications if you break the solution, then in reality, I'm still your boss, right? Because I get to say what is the ramification of this, who violated. And it came on a day that you would always remember, April 1st. What is April 1st, everybody? April Fool's Day. Go look it up. And they came on a ship called Jesus. These people are insane. And when they hit the ground, whoever survived it, they killed the men. They opened up the bellies of the pregnant women, let the babies drop down and smash the babies. This is written in their own Library of Congress. This is not me. So when I open up and tell you these inconvenient truths and say, well, hey, if Jeffrey Dahmer was a murderer like you say he was, and if this person was a serial killer like you say he was, then isn't that applicable to the people that did that? If it's not applicable to the people that did that, then you have two sets of rules and justifications for two sets of people.
Started, and now that we have wholesale prices in.
So it's just getting started. The worst is yet to come. All right. It was something I just saw up in the chat. Lisa said, "LOL. I think I hit it off with your mom." Yeah, my mom was something else. That was my heart, my soul. That was my girl, and she didn't mind putting me in a place. It's even now. She would put me in a place, especially if you said something about her or to her grandchildren. Oh my God, oh my God. Oh my God. And my son, my baby boy, you couldn't say anything to him. He can't do anything wrong. Oh man. And she would bring up everything when you try to say something, she would bring up everything you did when you were small so that man, my mom was something else. I'm telling you this. Anyway, I love her. I mean, I am the man that I am today because of her. My father passed away when I was 14, 15 years old. But he played a good part of my life. My mom never remarried or whatever like that. So, my pops he was something else too. I remember it was something else. He told us the guys, hey, me and my two brothers, he told us, You either learn martial arts or you fight me. Because my father was like a fifth degree Dan in Yoshikai karate, so we had to learn at an early stage to fight. Man, my pops was something else. But let's get to something. Um, uh, he said trouble. He said that's a thief, right? But I want to play something for you. I never heard this clip, and I want to play this clip to see what it's about because I downloaded this clip. It's a short clip. And it says Western elites still trapped in colonial thinking. So I want to play this clip. I'm going to be hearing it for the first time with you. I promise you, I did not hear this clip before, but I'm going to play it for you for the first time with you guys.
Well, while the European empires of old may be long gone, the condescending attitude of some in the West to other nations hasn't gone anywhere.
Nordic countries always
correction going underway. There's a geopolitical correction underway, right? There is something of the greatest magnitude that is underway that they don't want to put in simpler terms for you to understand. Shout out to Perseverance Chameleon. We had a good channel member and Patreon stream yesterday. It was real good, wasn't it? And it went longer than what we thought, but it was real good. I enjoyed you guys there too. I really enjoyed you guys. The gods. So what is happening now is that we are at the end of that experiment, and the unnatural is being removed through a natural process. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me on the most powerful platform for truth, bar none on God's green earth. This is your platform for education, elevation, and edification. This is the Red Pill Diaries. I'm your host, your brother, and your friend Rasheed, and I'd like to thank each and every one of you who spent this time with me. And I hope that you have gotten a greater, equal or greater return on this. And I want you to always remember to do right by others, not because there's some material gain to be had or because of some accolades. Do right by others because it's the right, the humane, and the godly thing to do. Because even when no one else is watching you, remember that God Almighty is watching you. As my late, great, and beautiful and wonderful mother would always say, God sits high on the throne of power, but he looks low at the actions of man. Know that I love each and every one of you who loves truth, but know that the love that I have for you will always pale in comparison to the love that the divine supreme being, God of freedom, justice, and equality has for you. Until we next speak again, stay strong, stay true, but above all things, remember to stay righteous, because righteousness is the only thing that's going to get you out of here. Hey, mama, look at me. Your baby boy is representing you. I still love you more than life. Do
Told you to walk away. That was my first and last mistake. I'm blue without your face. But what can I do? 'Cause I'm just a sinking ship, and you're just a pair of lips that I've lost in the moment. All I want is for you to come back. Now